Hey everyone, this is Rebecca E. Parsons, and I am here on this beautiful Sunday evening with another Sunday Inspiration Chat. This is my 11th one this year, and I'm excited about it. So, I always ask and wonder how I can help you, how I can inspire your creativity, how I can serve you. That's what I'm here for. And in this past week or so, I've been getting a lot of questions about journaling and what we're actually doing. So let me just tell you up front, there are lots of different ways to journal. There is just plain old journaling. There is Bible journaling, junk journaling, art journaling, bullet journaling, and there's probably other ones I have forgotten. But please let me know in the comments what they are if I have forgotten to mention the one you do the most. So people are just throwing their hands up and saying, What? What are we talking about here? So there's lots of confusion around these terms and how they relate to what we are actually doing here in this course called Book of Notes, Journal the Word. We're doing a little bit of each is the best that I can explain to you right at this moment. Journaling is just opening up a notebook and writing your thoughts. That's what the term journaling is, as far as I know it. Bible journaling is opening up the Bible and reading a passage and opening up your notebook or journal and writing your thoughts about that passage as you read it and pray about it. It could also be your thoughts on a sermon or on a thoughts from a Bible study group or your Sunday school group. It could be a variety of all those things. That's in the Bible journaling area. Now, junk journaling. That is more about making a book or a journal than it is necessarily about writing. Although some junk journalers do write in their books, it is much more about the process of making the actual book, the physical book. You can use found papers. You can use junk mail, old cards, old pictures, even your children's school papers. Any kind of paper works just fine. And that is what you use to create a book. Any paper will do, and anything goes when you are creating this book. Bullet journaling. Now that's interesting, and it's one of the newer ones, I think, out there at the moment. And it is a combination of drawing and doodling and planning. I think that's more what it is about. Where most journals have lined pages, or if it's the sketchbook kind of art journal, it may have a blank page. But bullet journals have this really unique grid of dots that are specifically, they're evenly laid out in rows and columns so that you can easily sketch on them and make a pretty good representation of what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to sketch a calendar, it's really easy to connect these dots and sketch out a week and a month on your bullet journal. So I hope I explained that well. And art journaling is using a notebook, a sketchbook, or a journal to draw or paint and process your artful thoughts in a visual way. A lot of artists keep these just as a place to make artful notes about something they want to create in the future. So I hope all of this is making sense because there are so many, many ways to journal. And they're all fun and they're all useful. And I guess that's where some of the confusion came in, because I am trying to combine this for everybody, for all the different people who do journaling, and bring it all into one place. So even though we're calling it Journal the Word, it doesn't mean that you have to actually do that, because you can certainly use all of the techniques that we are doing in this course as just in your regular journal or your art journal. It's not something that you actually have to do with the Word of God if that's not how you're inclined. And when I say journaling the Word in a junk journal style, I think this is where a lot of the confusion came in. I mean that we are using the techniques and the principles and the fun of making a junk journal to create a book of your thoughts. That's kind of where I was going with this. It is a journal. It is a book of thoughts. It is a book of writings. Or as we are calling it, it's a book of notes. So how does this work? Every day, I am recording a video tutorial with a very easy background technique included. And these backgrounds can be used in several different ways. So let's go through those. Let me walk you through how you can actually use these. If you paint along with me, you will create a colorful, artsy page in your journal. And you can journal on top of that. You can play with it in any way. Or, it can just be a beautiful page in your journal. Number 2, you can paint it, or you can print mine out, because I give you a printable of my background each day. And you can create a book by actually folding the pages in half lengthwise. And then these can be sewn into a book at some point in time, into a handmade book. And 3, you can print out the backgrounds from my printable and tear it up and glue it into your notebook or sketchbook, and then you can journal on it. You can use the journal cards, you can use the stickers, you can use the collage elements to actually create some kind of artful representation in your sketchbook. And 4, you can also use those elements in your Bible and create a journaling space there as well. So that's 4 ways that I can think of that you can use what we are doing each day for whatever purpose you need to use it for. It's all good stuff, so it's all usable for a lot of different things, especially the printables. They are just beautiful as is elements for anything you're doing out there in your art world. But this course is just about the backgrounds. I wanted it to be simple enough that people could understand it, although I guess I have confused some people out there. But since it's a good place, I feel, to begin a junk style journal is with the backgrounds, because they're pretty important. It's the foundation of your pages. And when we finish this, the Thursday before Easter, we will have 40 plus backgrounds at the end of this class. And these would make, if you printed them out and you folded each one together, it would make up to a 160-page book, and that's a pretty big book depending on how you actually use them. If you folded them smaller or you used them as a one solid sheet, then of course it would be plus or minus those numbers. But you could have a fairly substantial book at the end of this process. And after this course is over, we will continue, and I am going to show you how to use those papers and those backgrounds to create an actual book. And I will walk you through those steps also, I promise. I promise I will do that. I'm not going to leave you just hanging with a pile of papers out there. So, how do you participate? Okay, there are several ways to do that also. You can paint with me and create the 40 plus backgrounds. That's one way. You can come every day, do the video with me, and paint to your heart's content. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything beyond that. You can, the second way you can do this and participate is you can paint with me and journal your thoughts about the day's reading. And that's kind of particularly what I intended. And I'll talk a little bit more about my total intentions when I designed this class, but for right now, you can paint with me and journal your thoughts if that's what you choose to do. The third way you can participate is you can print the printable and use all of it or any of the pieces of it to create a page that day in your journal or anywhere you want to use it. You can just decorate something on the kitchen refrigerator. I don't know, but because they're all wonderful art pieces in and of themselves, so you can use them any way your heart desires. So if all you do is come and print out the printable, that's fine. Or you can use a combination of any of these things and find whatever best suits your lifestyle, your writing, your needs, your hopes, your dreams, and whatever you want to get out of this. Okay? I hope you're with me on this. So let's talk a little bit about what my intentions were when I was designing this course. My first intention was to get you reading the Bible and writing your thoughts down. That was my first and foremost intention here. The second one was to help you explore bookmaking and junk journaling by easing you into the process, not jumping into like, let's go ahead and sew a whole book today. I'm just trying to walk you baby steps through the process. And the third intention I had was just growing a daily practice together, getting used to getting into your studio or getting into your quiet space or your sacred space and having some time. And also building a community of like-minded people around all of this. So in order to do that, I want to tell you, please ask questions in the comments underneath this video. If you don't understand something, let me know. I have been journaling and creating books for a long, long time, and no matter how well prepared that I think I am for teaching you the process and explaining the terms and the techniques, I might, and I know I have because a couple of people have mentioned it to me, I might mention something that doesn't compute to you or you don't understand. And so really, I'm telling you, that's what the comments are for. If you don't understand, I guarantee there's other people out there who don't understand the same thing and would be tickled that somebody actually asked the question. And I don't want to leave anybody behind. Or worse yet, I don't want to frustrate anybody or make this a frustrating experience for you. I want you to enjoy this. So I am begging you to help me help you. That makes all of us grow. So I hope this helps explain what journaling is. I hope it's not shining on this too brightly. And what our Journal the Word Book of Notes course is all about, with a little more clarity for you. And I would love for you to share with others that you think might enjoy the process and might want to join along. So it's perfectly fine to join in at any time. You didn't have to be there from the beginning, although the videos are out there for you to look at. You can share them. You can come back and do them again and again. or you can do them all in a binge if you want to. But go ahead and hit the share button, or invite them to join the Facebook page, or send them to my YouTube page or my Instagram IGTV page. Most of them are there. They're not all on Instagram because some of them are too long to be on there, but they're all on Rebecca E. Parsons on YouTube, and they're all on Creativa on Facebook as a page. So the more people that join in, the more fun and the more growth that we are all going to have. So I will just end this chat with telling you about all the love that I have for each of you who is following along with this process and this course. I am extremely blessed to be in this space and to have people who are enjoying this or getting something out of it. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. So with all my love, I want to say to you, may joy be with you all.